Black Dodge and high-speed pursuit.
Oh, that countdown timer still cracks me up. Hello, hello, hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Oh, yes. How is everyone? Good to see ya. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Oh, yes. Big Commander Clash changes. Jake talks about it. This next episode that's coming out this weekend, or this Friday, is Jake's last episode for the time being. And he talks about it. It's a sweet episode. It's kind of a special edition Goodbye Jake episode. Yeah, Jake, I mean, I don't want to go into it too much because he talks about it on this weekend's video. What's up, Attack Man? How's it going tonight? Underscore. True. D-Many. Stu, of course. So, Moto is the weirdest program in the world. So basically, Eldritch Moon, of course, released in paper last weekend. But it's not available on Magic Online. Thank you for the follow, Mustang. Not available on Magic Online until Friday. So there's no Eldritch Moon. And then they took all the leagues down until tomorrow night. So there's not even constructed leagues to play. So because of that, we are going to do some Vintage Cube, which is pretty sweet. And then we'll probably play Constructed on Thursday, since leagues will be back up, even though we won't have Eldritch Moon. And then I think on Friday we're going to have a bonus stream to do some sealed for Eldritch Moon pre-release events. So, let's see. Happy birthday, Dragon Lord, and welcome, Little Planeswalker. How you doing tonight? Are we going to have someone else for the fourth person? So, Commander Clash, everyone's talking about Commander Clash. So, it is true that Jake is going on leave from Commander Clash. I'll let him talk about it. He talks about it in this weekend's video, but he is going on leave for a while. He may or may not be back in the future, but it was his decision, and he just has other stuff going on, and he'll talk about it in this week's video. So we are going to have a fourth person, and Commander Clash will continue. That is still in the process of being figured out, so I can't really tell you who the person will be yet, because I don't know exactly who it'll be yet. But so there will be more Commander Clash. We might miss a week while we're figuring this out. But, and Jake is still doing Pauper. He's not stopping content altogether. Are we ever going to see budget commander decks? Yes, that's something that Tomer's working on. Tomer does the budget commander articles, and he is working on doing some video content for it as well. So budget commander videos are likely something that will be happening before too long. And there's even the possibility of some commander streaming with Tomer. So we'll see. But exciting commander stuff in the future, and Commander Clash will keep going as well. Yeah, both Wedge and the Professor are awesome. They are also super busy with their own channels, so I don't know how practical it is. One of the things with Commander Clash is part of what makes it awesome and what makes it work is the chemistry and having the same people together for a bunch of weeks in a row. So in looking for a new fourth person, that's one of the things I guess I'm looking for is not someone that'll necessarily come in and do an episode, but someone that will be able to come in and do like a season or something, 8 episodes, 10 episodes, to kind of get that chemistry, because that's a lot of what makes Commander Clash fun. And then there's Stu, the Dark Horse candidate for Commander. Do you even play Commander, Stu? Me and Stu do get along super well. Alright, so anyway, tonight we're playing Vintage Cube, because like I said, there's just not a lot of options on Magic Online at the moment. Plus, Vintage Cube is awesome. So I'm going to try... Oh, I just missed it. Well, we'll get in the next Vintage Cube queue. And then, like last time we did Vintage Cube, if we have gaps while we're waiting for the next round, we will we will do some Momir and so forth to fill in the gaps. I am super excited for Eldritch Moon. So we have normal stuff this week. Kyle Murphy, thank you for the follow. Normal stuff as far as content this week on the site, because, like I was saying, we don't have Eldritch Moon on Magic Online yet. But starting next week, it's going to be a lot of Eldritch Moon stuff for Against the Odds and Budget Magic, and I'm super excited for it. There was a plummet in the price of Ink Moth. Did the price of Ink Moth plummet? I mean, I guess it's been trending. Oh, on Moto? Yeah, it did kind of drop off on Moto. I think it's just the natural progression of things. If you look at price charts on Moto cards, they don't usually stay level like they do in paper. So what you see is a lot of pretty big increases. It hits its peak, goes back down, goes back up, goes back down. So I think that at 38 ticks, it was just basically at its ceiling, and then it'll drop back down, and then it'll probably go back up again, because that's just how the Magic Online market works. I was hoping that maybe Infect was dead, because I would love that, because I hate losing to Infect. So while we're waiting for this queue to fill, reminders. Got the MTG Goldfish replay YouTube. So if you're looking for old streams, that's the place. What's up, Die Storm? And make sure to sub to that if you want old streams. And there's still playmats around if you haven't gotten yours yet. They're pretty sweet. I used it to film the unboxing video. Alright, here we are. Vintage Cube. Take one. Oh my god. Well, now look at this pack. You probably know some of these cards. Looking at these cards, what card do you think I would pick? What's up, Eddie? So, you know me. You watch my videos. What do I love to do in Magic more than anything else? People are getting there pretty quickly. It's a land that lets you draw cards! Library of Alexander is absurd. So, it is just so good. And broken stuff, but drawing cards is kind of broken stuff in its own right. So the rest of this pack, I do like Liliana. Dark Petition is good in the right decks. The red deck is good, but I really don't want to be it. Metalworker's good. Memory Jar can be good in Storm, but these are kind of archetype specific. I am a big fan of Phantasmal Image. Song of the Dryad is good if you're close to mono green ramp, as is Garrick. But I think Library is super easy first pick for me. And following up our Library, so Library, I mean, it can go in anything, but you don't really want to be the emptying your hand deck as much. I would rather be more mid-range or controlling. This pack, though, is actually pretty bad. Magus of the Moon, that doesn't necessarily synergize with Library of Alexander. I would like to draw cards with my library. Tasigur is okay-ish. It's not as high impact as I would like in Cube. I think there's a very strong argument for Underground Sea and also Arid Mesa, although I would lean towards Underground Sea just because I'm more likely to be blue and or black than to be Boros. I think if you're trying to be competitive in Cube drafts, taking mana early is often a good choice. This is an interesting pack. So this pack, the cards that immediately stand out are Signet. Signets are always good. Sphinx. Sphinx draws a ton of cards, and I love drawing me some cards. Cryptic. I like Cryptic. I don't like it as much in Vintage Cube as I do in Legacy Cube, because some of the decks are pretty fast. I'm also a big fan of Caracas. Useless F2 button. Thank you for the follow. Oh yeah, I forgot that in the reminders, but also, if you haven't followed the Twitch channel, that is sweet as well. Yeah, there's a lot of good options here. I might just take Sphinx. Sphinx is pretty good. I'm gonna take the Sphinx here, I think. Ooh, man. Alright, so we have a bunch of interesting cards for a more controlling deck. Treasure Cruise has potential to be very strong. Tezzeret is good if we start going for artifacts, although it's worse because we don't have the Time Vault combo anymore. It used to be the insanest, because the Time Vault combo was just by far the best thing you could do in the cube, and then they removed it. Little Planeswalker, thank you so much for the follow. I do like blue-green. It works well with Upheaval and so forth. Shardless is fine too if we're going to go blue-green. Nicole Bolas is pretty big. Resolving a Bolas is a good feeling. We'll have to focus on, man, I think I'm going to take Nicole Bolas. So we're looking to be like a Grixis. Oh, no. And now there's a Lingering Souls. I really like Lingering Souls a lot. I guess maybe like 4-color control. 4-color control is asking a lot. We're going to have to really focus on mana. Deeds would also put us into 4-color control. Would also be good. I don't know about Fiery Confluence. Maybe? Infiltrator is decent as well. I like Lingering Souls just because it's such a good blocker. But alright, I'll take Shadow Mage. Not go too deep on the colors. Ooh. Alright. Well, if we're gonna keep going crazy with colors, a Taiga is a good option. Any of the real duels are just very good. Impulse is also a card I would just play in this deck. It's hard to pass up cheap filtering cards in cube. Impulse might be the right pick. Needle will probably table. I do like Mesmeric Fiend more than a lot of people. I just don't know if I want to pick a sideboard card here now. And plus, I sometimes name the wrong thing. I'm just going to take Impulse. This pack isn't great with what we're doing. Ophidiomancer is sneaky powerful. There's some good synergies, and people don't always expect it to be as good as it is. Wandering Fumarole might be the right choice here to keep our mana fixing. Ooh, alright. Oh, jeez. So Creeping Tar Pit is another good fixing choice. People are not valuing dual lands because here's a Bayou. Painful Truths is another decent draw spell, but we already have quite a bit. And Solar of Temptation is a pretty good answer to like show and tells and so forth. Hey, what's up, Mini Corey? Thank you. I think Tar Pit is the right choice. I'm a little tempted to take the Sower. Bazaar, you really got to be in a specific deck. Alright, now I might just take Dark Petition. Metalworker is still in the pack? Is it too late to try to go Metalworker? It might be too late for Metalworker. Declaration in Stone is okay. Bazaar, you really want to be like a dedicated Dredge deck. Grudge is good. I'm just going to take Dark Petition, I think. So now we have a moral dilemma. Desecration Demon is just a 6/6 flying for 6. You can't actually sack things to it. And for some reason they have not removed it from the cube. I mean, I'm not one to abuse bugs, but it might have been the right pick anyway. So yeah, it's just a 6/6 flying for 4 in this cube. Shrine, I think you want to be more aggressive. Bloodbraid could be interesting if we're going to keep going really deep on colors. It's a lot of value. Alright, let's take Bloodbraid. I don't know if we'll actually end up splashing it. Oh no! I didn't click fast enough and we got a Temple Garden. Alright, let's take Dual Caster, I guess. Take Rift Bolt. Take Forge Master. Apparently no one is playing red. Oh, maybe they fixed it then. Oh, we ran out of time and got a Temple Garden instead of a Bloodbraid. That's not the end of the world. I don't know if he would have splashed Bloodbraid anyway, but... yes, I should have reserved it. So this pack, anything good? No power. We're probably not going to have enough colorless mana to make Kozilek work. Crater's Claw, why is it in the cube? I've been brewing with green-white angels. Do you think it could work in the current standard? I think it could. I like angel decks. I think they're a good way to go over the Spell Queller decks. I don't think I really want Delver. We're not really aggressive enough. I think it's between Fire and Ice, which is actually pretty good, and Counterspell. Counterspell's nice because it's just an unconditional answer to anything. Yeah, I think we're past the Vampire stage. We don't really have Reanimator synergies. I think we just take the Counterspell. It's looking like we're just going to be pretty much Grixis control. Oh, a good green card. The Green Soul Ring. Burning of Zenge, not really great for us. What does Mystical Tutor get? Counterspell, Impulse, Dark Petition, Brimstone Volley. Him is probably the best card if we can cast it on turn 2 or turn 3. Our mana's not looking too bad. Alright, we'll take him. Dismember is good, but I think we can get... ooh. Oh. I really like Force in this cube because it's a way to stop broken things. That's kind of my theory in Vintage Cube. Is you got to build your deck so you can either do something really broken or stop someone else from doing broken things, your opponent. And Force is very good at the stopping the opponent thing. There's also just an Emrakul. An Emrakul is a card I hate to pass. If I ever get an Emrakul, I tend to just take it and be like, alright, I'm going to figure out a way to make this work. And we're in Grixis, so we get like Sneak and Show, we get or Show and Tell and Sneak Attack. I don't know what people took. Probably Power. We haven't opened any Power. So that's a good backup plan for winning. I'm going to stay disciplined though and take Force. Ooh. Oh, in a dig through time? Well, now we actually have a couple good options. Tezzeret's very powerful, but we don't really have artifacts yet. Young Pyromancer would actually be pretty good in this deck. We can just play it and kind of play random spells for value. But it's so hard to pass on Dig. Dig is just such a powerful card. I would also play Lava Claw Reaches. We'd have the Tron of Grixis Creature Lands. But I think we just take Dig. Oh no! Well, Entomb has potential to be very busted. We're not really a reanimation deck, but we could just take this on speculation that we get a Grizzlebrand or something. There's 2 red cards that are very bad for us. Eidolon of the Great Revels and Sulfuric Vortex, which we just will not beat. I don't think we can play Vortex. I don't think we're aggressive enough. Ancestral Visions is awesome on turn 1. Shackles is okay. Not as great in this cube as some other cubes, because there's not as many just like mid-rangey creature decks. I think it's Visions or Entomb. Maybe Mox Diamond. Mox Diamond doesn't work with Library, though. Alright, I'm going to take Entomb. Just on the off chance we can randomly do something nutty. We have a lot of card draw already. Well, Chandra is another good Planeswalker for finishing off the game. We don't really have the stuff for Blightsteel yet, like a Tinker or anything. Inkwell is a fine reanimation target, but I don't even know. This was a speculative pick. I am perfectly fine if we don't play Entomb. I might just take Chandra. Chandra's a good closer in a deck like this. Verdant Catacombs is pretty good. It gets our Underground Sea. Shadowblade MTG98, thank you for the follow. Disc is a bit slow, I think. Hedron Archive actually is not bad. A Leon Trazi's Invitational card. I don't know if we want to be the Bob Dig Through Time Nicole Bolas deck. That's kind of painful. I think I'm just going to take Verdant Catacombs. Archive, I guess there's an argument for Archive. Alright, I'll take Archive. Oh no! Speaking of cards that absolutely wreck us, our deck can literally not beat Winter Orb. If someone plays a Winter Orb against us, we're just pretty much drawing dead. Wasteland is pretty powerful in this cube. Temple of Epiphany would be good in this deck. Roast and Searing Sphere are somewhat playable. Port's okay. I don't like Port as much in control decks. I'm going to take Wasteland. Ooh, Fire and Ice came back. Alright, Fire and Ice is an easy pick here. And then we get a Temple of Malice for more fixing and scrying. Ooh, and the Daze came back? That makes me feel better. Daze is a good answer to some of those. Ooh, and the Young Pyromancer. Alright, we have some backup plans now. Take Academy Ruins just in case we get a Mindslaver or something. I don't know if we're actually going to play Gush, but I will take the Gush over Firebolt. Yeah, we only have 2 colorless lands, and we have a lot of duels, so I think we're okay. This deck looks like a decent Grixis control deck, and the last pick, Tarmogoyf. I'm looking to possibly make a paper cube, and I'm on a small budget. Do you know any cubes I could build? Oh, Tamio, thanks for hanging out. We'll be back Thursday with another one. Does anyone remember off the top of their head what the cube site is? I can't think of the name of it. I think Tristan Sean Gregson is part of it or something. There's a cube site and I can't think of the name right now. Stoneforge Mysticism, thank you for the follow. Cube Tutor, maybe that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, check Cube Tutor. I think there's a lot of cubes on there, and you can probably find something in your budget. Alright, well, we got an on-color Mox, which is really hard to pass up. There's also some other stuff that I would play. Dragonlord Sumgar is actually pretty decent. Kalidas would be fine. Olivia is not horrible. Coalition Relic is probably the second best card. Mystic Confluence is better than it looks. And Steam Vents. I guess the good news is we're pretty likely to get something playable back out of this pack, but I think we gotta take the Mox. Oh, my favorite card. That's a Bribery. Man, I love getting people with Bribery more than just about anything. Getting someone with Bribery is one of the better feelings in Magic. Rakdos Return, we just don't have that much ramp. That's, I think, what I'm scared of with Rakdos Return. Ashiok in control matchups can just win the game. Brain Maggot will likely table. I would take... Well, I don't know. I would probably take Wooded Foothills on speculation, but... I think we just take the Ashiok here. The good news is bribery isn't very good against us. Oh no! Well, we keep getting really good choices that we have to pick between. So who wants to take a stab at the cards that I like in this pack? There's two that really stand out, and then there's another one that I do like a lot, but I don't know if we really need it in this deck. Yes, you guys are on to them. I think it's between True Name and Scalding Tarn. And Grave Titan was the third card that I was considering, but I think with Sphinx, Chandra, and Nicole Bolas, I don't think we necessarily need another 6-drop. True Name is pretty solid, though. So I think we're going to take that. We need to be aware of the Sword of Fire and Ice. That could get us. Looter Core is one of the best cards in Cube. We probably just take Looter Core. I would also play Everflowing Chalice. Probably not Outpost Siege in this deck. And Repeal? Yeah, Tarn might have been the right pick there. True Name is so good, though. Another one of my cube rules is you never pass a Looter Core, whether you're in blue or not. You just take it. It'll work out in the end. There's another card we might lose to in Natural Order. Anticipate's playable. Spellskite is interesting. Storm Breath could be like a backup finisher. Nothing else really stands out in this pack. We do not have much ramp. The good thing is we do have early interaction. I'm not a big fan of Pentad Prism. Just because it's a one-shot effect. I like it better in a Storm deck or a big turn deck, not so much in this type of deck. I might just take Anticipate. Another way to just cycle through our deck and find things. Spellskite could be okay. Frost Titan, I think we got enough finishers. I'm going to take Anticipate. Oh my god. Never mind, we do not have enough finishers. That's why we haven't been taking expensive things. We knew that we were going to get a Karn. I love Karn. Karn is so good. I would play Remand. I would definitely play Basalt Monolith. I might play Hangerback Walker. Would want Duress in my deck as well, but we got to take the Karn Father to go along with Nicole Bolas. Ooh. This is actually interesting. There's a Splinter Twin going around in the next pack, and since Deceiver Exarch is here, we might just backdoor our way into the Splinter Twin combo as like a backup plan. I think I might do that. I think we might just take Deceiver, and then we get to lose to Storm, which will be fun. Actually, because Tendrils is in the pack, hopefully no one is playing Storm. Well, let's see if we get... Ooh. Well, okay. So we got a ramp card. I think Gilded Lotus is easily the pick here. Although Dreadbore does things that other things don't do. Alright, I'll take Gilded Lotus. Oh, wow! We got like almost all those cards back. Slumgar, Kalidas, Olivia, Steam Vents. Splinter Twin wasn't even on our list the first time around. But now that we have a Deceiver Exarch, I think we just take the Twin. I would play like almost every card in this pack. Not the Birthing Pod, but I mean, since we just picked a Deceiver Exarch, I think we gotta take the Twin. Gideon, I don't think matters. Pelucranos, I don't really care. Mutavault. Can we play Mutavault? That would be another colorless land. Let's just take Brain Maggot for the sideboard. Ultimate price, so we actually have a removal spell. Repeal comes back around. I would play Repeal, potentially. Frost Titan also comes back around. Yeah, we'll take Elder. I don't really care about Siege Gang. Dual Caster enters the battlefield. Not when cast, when it enters the battlefield. And maybe off-color Skyland? I don't know. I don't know if off-color Skyland is worth it. If science could advance far enough, I would put Seth's shoulder to my artificial womb. Well, thank you, Moxkilla. Did you ever decide if you would change the Double Moon Walker deck at all? I plan on revisiting it once Tamio is out on Magic Online. I'm leaning towards cutting some Mana Dorks, but I haven't actually worked on it. I've mostly been waiting on Tamio and Eldritch Moon. Alright, so we need 6 cuts out of this pile of stuff. Tracy King, so Pyromancer, Dual Caster, Repeal, Brimstone. That's your votes. Gush is a pretty easy pick. I don't mind cutting Gush. Yeah, Demon's kind of weird, and I don't really want to abuse the bug. Yeah, Spirits definitely look good. Yeah, I probably will not actually cut Repeal. Anticipate, Daze, Impulse, Looter, Counterspell, Ultimate Price, him. Yeah, we don't really need Frost Titan, I don't think. Dig isn't really an 8-drop. We should be able to cast that a lot cheaper. It is Vintage Cube, Scald. Repeal is temporary, but it draws you cards, so it's actually pretty good. Dark Petition is kind of a lot of black mana. So definitely get rid of Desecration Demon, definitely get rid of Gush, definitely get rid of Brimstone Volley. So we need 3 more, and definitely get rid of Frost Titan. Those are the ones that are at the top of my list. Shadow Mage can get in. Fear makes it easier to get in. That's true. Dark Petition does help with the combo. I think I might keep Dark Petition. And, I mean, in the worst case, we get to get Karns and Nicole Bolas's in the late game. I think I want to play Young Pyromancer. Worst case, it's a 2-drop. I don't really want to cut Repeal. I'm not really excited about cutting Dual Caster Mage either. Dual Caster can do some good things. Ashiok is a little bit matchup dependent, but it is an early drop that forces... It's not bad. It gains life against aggro because the opponent has to attack it down, and it's actually good against control. It can kind of just win control. The only place it's really bad is against, like, dedicated combo. I mean, at the worst case, Dual Caster Mage is a 3-mana red counterspell. I mean, it's a counterspell. We can double up our Fire Nice. Maybe our Dig Through Time or Repeal. Yeah, the odds of us casting him might not be good. We got Mana Base, we got Tar Pit, Temple of Malice, Underground Sea, Wandering Fumarole, Wasteland. Him is really powerful, though. We need to cut 2 more cards. You think we need more top end though, Stu? Well, I mean, it wins a counter war. If someone goes to counter your thing, you can dual caster, copy the counter, and yeah, that's true. It's not a literal counter spell, like you can just cast it and counter a spell, but it wins a counter war. Oh no, we definitely have Mox Ruby. Mox Ruby's in the land pile, though. We'll play 16 lands in Mox Ruby. Him is so powerful, though, but our mana just might not be able to... we have Daze and Force and Counterspell. Alright, I'll cut Dualcaster. Well, we have half the counters then, if there's only 6. I'll cut the Dualcaster, and I guess we can just run it like this. Or should we play 17 lands and the Ruby? Maybe we should. Maybe we cut a card and play essentially 18 lands, counting the Ruby as a land. That might be the rightest thing to do. Hedron, if I'm going to cut something, it's probably Hedron Archive. What's this look like? Oh, that's still 16 lands. We probably still have to cut one more, actually. But we want to put together the combo. It might be worth it just for the combo. Hedron is good. Ugh. I'm not going to run 41, I don't think. Maybe we just cut the hymn. Well, no, I mean 17 lands. 17 lands plus the Mox Ruby, which is Lord of Runes, thank you for the follow. Which is essentially 18 lands. Alright, so this gives us red sources 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Black sources 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue sources 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't look bad. Maybe just one more island. Let's add an island. I think I'm going to try it like this. Yeah, we didn't get any actual fetches. We took cards over them. Feel the micro beats. Thank you for the follow. I think I'm going to try it like this. This seems reasonable-ish. So we got a few different plans. I think we have enough spells to make Pyro good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's good enough. I'm not cutting days to getting people. I'm the guy that played Runeboggle like crazy in original Ravnica block drafts. I just love getting people with 4 spikes, so I'm not cutting the days just because of that. Alright, I'm going to submit like this. I'm going to see if I can hopefully make this overlay real quick. Maybe. We'll see with if Magic Online cooperates. Sometimes they give me the list. Sometimes they don't. Alright, we have it. Alright, I will be right back. I'm going to make this overlay real quick so you can have the list on the screen. So I can't actually see the chat at the moment. Hey, I just saw the chat. Next time I'm not telling you when I'm making the overlay. And then you can't talk about me behind my back. Is their draft started? Starting. Has not started. Oh, we got lands, no interaction. Which is a little sketchy. Almost got it. Haha, we have an overlay. And we have chat again. Alright, let's see if we can win this first round with our sweet Grixis Karn twin deck. Alright, we'll keep it. I don't know if that's a great hand, but I think it's good enough. We do have a Finkel and a Hedron Archive into Karn. Hopefully our opponent is not like mono red. His hand's also not that great against super fast combo. Yeah, alright, Basic Island is a good sign. Tar Pit, goo. Hopefully we don't get Winter Orbed or something. Planes. Alright, looks like we're in a control mirror of sorts. Yeah, let's play the tap land. Go. Yeah, Glistening Oil is an enchantment that gives -1/-1 counters in effect. So it looks like we're up against a blue-white control deck. I gotta think that we got more power than our opponent does. And we just drew Library of Alexander. Good game, opponent. I don't know how they can beat this. We are running a Grixis twin control deck. With Karns and twins and... Does their opponent have a Planeswalker? Do they play it into our open mana? They could have like an Elspeth maybe. Alright, we get to draw a card. The Joy of Library. Let's play an island. Do we just tap out for Finkel? I don't really want to tap out here. Yeah, let's just pass and discard Wasteland. Library, if you have 7 cards, you get to tap it to add mana. Really? You all want me to tap out? Tapping out is so sketchy. Alright. You all just walked me into a Force Spike. I said I liked getting people with Force Spikes, not getting Force Spiked. Maybe you heard me wrong. Alright, Flicker Wisp is not scary. I don't really care about that. They blink our land, comes back into play anyway, so it does nothing. Alright, let's Underground Sea, draw a card, and then just Finkel? Oh, what is all this 6 counter talk? We're getting countered like crazy. I could have dazed, but I don't really care. I'd rather daze something bigger. I don't really want to get wrecked by a big expensive card. Now we have a counter spell, which is sweet. So we will just play an island and pass. Yeah, I don't think it's worth dazing there. We don't really care that much about Finkel. Finkel's fine, but we're already drawing so many cards. I just don't know if it matters. I might kill... do I care about this? Alright, let's draw a card. And then just... ultimate price, the Flicker Wisp. Opponent passes. Oh, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we're just going to play this slow. Well, what counters could they possibly have? So we can Karn with Force. Hello? Am I back? Maybe? Twitch? Oh! Can you hear me? Alright. I think I'm back. Hopefully. Let me know in the chat if you can actually hear me. So... okay, sweet. So the power to my entire apartment just flickered off, which shut down my computer and my internet and all that stuff. But the Karn... Wait, you can't hear me? Wait, try refreshing your browser, because at least some people can hear me. Try clicking refresh. Maple Butcher, thank you for the follow. Yeah, so the power to my apartment flickered off, and that shut down everything, and... oh my goodness. Alright, but we're back, and we got a Karn, and we're attacking our opponent's hand, and we might not even time out. So that's the good news. The bad news is I had to frantically try to restart everything because my power went off. Yeah, we're about to win with this Karn. What's up, Stitches? I need a backup generator for streaming. Our opponent gets rid of the Fiend Hunter. We pass the turn. Yeah, sorry about that. I will have to write an angry letter to my electric company. There's a Sword of War and Peace. Sure. Ah, Chad is back. Alright. Well, I'm pretty sure we just win this game with Karn. And then, ooh, and a Sphinx? Alright. Well, let's go after our opponent's hand with the Karn. Yeah, the chat will be popping up in a second. Karn does not reset the game timer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's play the mountain. Play the Consecrated Sphinx. So now we're drawing cards, and we got a Karn. So we get to draw 2 from the Sphinx. Yes, please. Oh, man. And the and our opponent has Seeker of the Way? Okay. Sure. Equips the Sword of War and Peace. Also sure. Let's just get our opponent's last card out of their hand. Play Nicole Bolas. Ah, they did have Mana Tithe too. So play the Nicole. Is Banned Spirits really a thing now? Yeah, it is a thing. I think that blue-white is still more popular, but it is a thing. And our opponent is just pretty locked. We get to draw 2. Yeah, they do have a lot of counters. That's worth being aware of. Well, we might as well just go with the trifecta of Planeswalkers. And now we have a Chandra as well. So, our opponent passes. Get aggressive. What if we just ultimate Planeswalkers? What if we exiled with Karn? A Fiend Hunter? That's not too exciting. Destroy the island. Exile a land. Flawless victory sounds good, right? Play Chandra. Kill the Seeker of the Way. Alright, I guess we'll attack with the Consecrated Sphinx now, though. Sorry, I was tweeting to let everyone know that the stream was back up, because some people left. We got the Super Friends Hardlock. So, destroy the planes. Opponent taps it. Exile the planes. What's our opponent got here? Sphinx's Revelation? Sure. I guess we get to draw some more cards. But we probably shouldn't. Alright, we'll just actually kill our opponent. It would be fun to kill all their stuff, but that's probably risky because we lost a lot of time when my power went out. So I probably should actually just kill my opponent. I just don't think it matters what we do at this point. Our opponent is so far out of this game, it just doesn't especially matter. Play a couple things. Leave up multiple counters. Get a peek at some of our opponent's decks. Oh, if you get the chance to put your opponent down to 0 lands, Tracy King, you gotta do it. That's just the way Magic works. We have so many counters up. It just doesn't... Okay, they have a little Jace, sure. And Ancestral Visions. So we just win here. Exile the Jace. Sorry, D-Many. I lost the power flickered out in my apartment and it shut down all my stuff. So I had to restart my computer and all that stuff. It just flickered out for like a couple seconds, but enough to turn off all of my electronic devices. And alright, we'll just attack for lethal, finish this off. Yeah, I don't think... After our opponent saw all those planeswalkers, I don't think that... Oh, thank you for the follow, someone whose names I missed. I'm building your modern Aura Swap deck, but I'm adding the shocks and fetches. What changes do I do to the mana base? Get rid of all the duels in the mana base. Add in... Mr. Sprinkles, STV, thank you for the follow. Get rid of all the duels, the Prairie Streams and the Glacial Fortresses. Cut down on the basics. Bring in, hopefully, 8 fetch lands. As long as they can get blue, use whatever ones you have. The KTK ones are fine. I mean, the best ones would be Hallowed Fountain, Misty Rainforest, and Temple Garden. Or no, not Temple Garden. Windswept Heath. But you can go with just Windswept Heath and Flooded Strand, since they're cheaper. And then, I don't know, a couple of each shocks, maybe 4 or 5 shocks between blue Temple Garden, Breeding Pool, and Hallowed Fountain. And then just fill the rest out with basics. You could keep a couple of random duels, or if you have like Razor Verge Thicket or a Sea Chrome Coast to go around some of the basics, but something along those lines. Do we want to sideboard anything? This felt like a pretty good matchup. Our opponent's is just kind of a creature deck, a control deck, but it's playing a lot of bad creatures, which makes it not very scary. Dualcaster Mage almost seems good with them playing Ancestral Visions and stuff. We want to be aware that our opponent is playing every Force Spike in the world. So we do want to be aware of that. I wish we had an island, but this hand's pretty sweet. We just got the fast young Pyromancer with impulses and so forth. So Temple of Malice. I'm going to put Karn to the bottom for now. I'd rather just draw more lands. Plains for our opponent, and Seeker of the Way. Let's just play a mountain and... Yeah, let's play Young Pyromancer. I don't think they can do anything too scary here. I like Karn, but I don't really want to draw Karn right now. Our opponent gets in for 2. I would like to just draw an island. An island would be my best draw on the deck. Oh god, that's a Geist. Geist is... Oh, alright, there's an island. Island is helpful. So let's... Ultimate price the Seeker of the Way. Get a token. Play an island so we have access to days. And then plan on trading Young Pyromancer for Geist, hopefully. Thing in the Ice. How bad is Thing in the Ice? We gotta block the Geist, basically. Alright, we'll let Thing in the Ice go. I might actually have to just Swords that. Let's Force of Will, pitching Days, I think. Get another token. We do got to make sure that their Thing in the Ice doesn't flip. Alright, let's Impulse. Get a token. Take the... Let's just take Shadow Mage. Creeping Tar Pit, pass the turn. This is Vintage Cube Draft. Ooh, Hero of Bladehold, alright. A little scary. Well, let's play Shadow Mage. Pass the turn. We're probably going to have to kill this Hero Bladehold somehow. Opponent attacks with the hero. Gets some tokens. And maybe we let it go. We can just block with Shadow Mage, block with a token, and take 3 for now. Jace. Because we might be able to just win with the Splinter Twin combo. We get to get in, draw a card, come on, something good. There's Deceiver Exarch. Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. All right, we're going to stop on our opponent's upkeep and just Deceiver Exarch, tap down Hero of Bladehold. So tap. Actually, maybe we just tap Island? Do we tap the Island or the Hero? 3. Yeah, let's just tap Island. And we should be able to win with the twin combo. Yeah, because they can't really kill us. We can just do a bunch of chump blocking. Our opponent taps the island. They already used his swords. So I don't know what removal they would have left. Yeah, we can just chump with the damage. Gupzilla, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I can't get Force Spiked. We got enough mana to play around it. We got enough mana to play around the Mana Tithe. So we should be good to just combo off. Oh, Fiend Hunter. Alright, so never mind. I take that back. Now we might just lose. Wow, that is the one card they could have drawn. They drew the absolute perfect card. Jeez, what a draw for our opponent. Oh, we might be dead now. Well, we got to block Geist, block, and block, take a ton of damage. Hedron Archive, and we can draw a card. Draw a mountain, and that does it. Yeah, I mean, I can see arguments for end-stepping it, but we couldn't pay for Mana Leak. Our opponent seemed unlikely to have their Fiend Hunter because they probably would have used it already, so they could be attacking with their Geist. If they had just had that Fiend Hunter, they wouldn't be just passing with a bunch of mana up. They would have just Fiend Huntered and started beating down, I believe, earlier in the game. And we couldn't pay for Mana Leak, so if we waited till their end step, we give them a draw step for a Mana Leak or something like that. So I don't think it was... I can see arguments for both, but I don't think it was the wrong play to tap down the blue source there. Alright, we get to play first. And not the greatest of hands, but impulses are nice. Island, go. Our opponent's Force Spikes are going to be annoying. Island for our opponent. And Delver. Man, our opponent is on some sort of jank. Island, go. If they flip this Delver, I'm probably going to cry. Alright, no flip. Our opponent is not that lucky. Opponent gets in 4-1. Well, let's anticipate. I guess we just take Temple of Malice for the scry action. Temple of Malice, do some scrying. Ooh, Ashiok. I guess we keep Ashiok. Delver is just really bad. I don't think Delver is particularly playable in Limited. Jank wasn't the right word. It's just not really a good strategy. Generally speaking. Yeah, I don't know what people are punning about. I'm not a fan of Delver in Limited. There's nothing wrong with it. I guess you can build a good Delver deck, but maybe their deck is a good example. It's just hard because in Limited, like half of your deck almost is lands, and then you got to play creatures, so your odds of flipping are just not very high, which makes Delver often not very good. Now let's Impulse. Let's just take Repeal. Repeal is pretty good against Delver. Put the rest to the bottom. Play the Mountain. I'm not going to run Hedron Archive into our opponent's endless Force Spike spells. Alright, settle down with the punts there, everyone. I'm not playing that poorly. Yeah, I changed my mind about Ashiok. Knight of the White Orchid. Alright, we'll let it resolve. Opponent gets a Plains. Plays an Island. Attacks 4-1. Alright, let's just repeal the Delver to draw a card. We get an Island. So play Island. Yeah, let's just wait one more turn. And we can play it with Counterspell up. Opponent plays an Island. Replays the Delver. Plays an Elspeth. Well, we got to Counterspell Elspeth. That's not happening. Let's run our Deceiver Exarch out there as a blocker. Tap down the Plains. I think we're still getting there. Mustang, thank you for the follow. So if we draw a Splinter Twin here... Ooh, Ultimate Price is not bad either, though. So let's just Hedron Archive. Pass the turn. Maybe next turn we can get down a Jace. If we top deck a Twin, we just win. Delver still doesn't flip. That's why Delver is not necessarily very good in Limited. Thanks, Mustang. Thanks for hanging out with the stream. Super Will and your punts. Opponent goes with Fiend Hunter. That's fine. I think we're just going to Ultimate Price the Fiend Hunter. Opponent goes attacking. Alright, so we're going to go with Ultimate Price Fiend Hunter. Get back our Deceiver Exarch. Tap down the planes. Block and kill the Delver, so we finally got rid of that. Hey, thanks, DJX Silence. And thank you for whoever just followed. I missed your name. Ooh, Fire Ice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we're going for it. Karn. We get around 4 Spike. Oh, they have a leak. Oh my god. Alright, well that is probably the game. Get an island from our opponent's hand. So we got the Karn down. And feeling pretty good about where we're at. Reflector Mage. Fine. I don't really care. We just gotta win before we run out of time. But Karn should make that pretty easy. Opponent gets in with the Knight of the White Orchid. Alright, let's tick up the Karn, get our opponent's last card. Play the Swamp, and pass the turn. What do we get with Karn that time? The Mana Tithe. Alright, let's just run out our Deceiver Exarch. Tap down the Knight. Opponent's going to attack. We will block. Yeah, it'd be, if we hit Twin, it would be nice, although I'm a little nervous about running out of time. But we could probably do it in time. We can sack Hedron alignment to see if we draw into the Twin for the combo win. Yeah, we're not going to get timed out. 4 minutes is more than enough to win from this position. Quantum, welcome. Alright, so sack Hedron alignment, draw a couple cards. There's a Twin, so get our opponent's last card. An island. And now we know we have free reign for the Twin combo. So, Deceiver Exarch. Untap the first one. We just got to do this in time. Tap it. Untap it. So we got 3 Deceiver Exarchs. Opponent. 4 Deceiver Exarchs. We're going to get there. 5 Deceiver Exarchs. I wish the internet hadn't went off and my power hadn't went off, because then we wouldn't have any concerns about the time at all, but we should be able to do this more than fast enough. Untap Deceiver Exarch, because we still got 3 minutes, and we're making these at a pretty good rate. It does not look like our opponent's going to scoop it up, but we are going to get the Twin combo win, unless I misclick, which is not impossible. Yeah, thanks, Stu. Another Deceiver Exarch. You're just the kind of person that would make me go through this. Untap it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 Deceiver Exarchs. That's not gonna work. It's only been a minute and we already got 10. 11 deceiving exarchs. 12. Alright, the clicking is going faster, which is nice. 13. Yeah, I mean, I can understand our opponent doing it because they don't know that my power went off, so they might just be mad that I made them wait. So, whatever. I mean, that's reasonable. Honestly, I did a poll on this, and a reasonable amount of people just wouldn't scoop in this scenario. It was like 50-50. Some people were like, yes, I would always scoop, and 50% were like, no, I'd make my opponent play it out. So I don't think my opponent's doing anything wrong. I would scoop here, but 50% of people, including a lot of really good players that I respect, would not do that. So I don't think it's a right or wrong issue. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Am I miscounting? If I attack and I'm one short, I'm probably going to cry. Just keep doing it until time gets low. Try to do it with 1 second left on the clock. See if we can time it for the 0 time on the clock kill. Yeah, I scoop when I'm like 10%. Just because I'm not patient enough. 25 to send a message. And then we should tap down their land with the last one. Just to really send the message. Or make make enough that we can untap. Yeah. It actually doesn't work. Well, we can tap down their land at least. I think we have enough. So, one more after this. And then we'll tap down their land to send a message. We definitely have enough. We're close to 25. Tap the Karn. I have to tap something my opponent controls. I can't tap stuff I control. So we'll just tap down their planes to send the message. And then I guess we can ice the planes to send even more of a message. Boom. Yeah, they're empty-handed though. We got them empty-handed with Karn. And that is 23 coming across. So we got there. Oh, days our own fire and ice. I don't know if that sends the kind of message I was hoping for. All right, we did it. We did it, boys. We did it, Reddit. Yeah, I mean, Karnfather is pretty good, Karnfather. All right, so we beat the control deck. I wouldn't overkill normally, but the chat egged me on. They wanted me to send a message. Normally I wouldn't do that at all. Overkilling in game 1, that's on me. I personally, if I had my way in this match, and girls, I'm very sorry. I'm usually very careful about that, but I messed up this time. If I had my ways, we would have actually lost that game. Shock, thank you for the follow. Because I would have spent another probably 5 minutes killing all of our opponent's permanents in game 1 with our planeswalkers, and then maybe ultimated Karn to get their lands back. and then we would have timed out in Game 3 because of that. I don't think people would really be upset about that. Do I have to go apologize? I'm always super nice to people. Now you're all making me feel bad. First you egg me on into the overkill, and now I'm feeling guilty, and I'm gonna go have to look up our opponent and apologize for being a jerk. What are you doing to me, Twitch chat? Alright, let's play first. And alright, this is reasonable. Let's just Fumarole go so we can have a counterspell next turn. Swamp for our opponent. And Thoughtseize. I guess that's true, because our opponent could have just scooped, so... Our opponent decides to take our counter spell. I kinda wanted that. Well, let's just Island and Young Pyromancer. Pass the turn. That is a good point. There was no F6ing there either. Alright, I was afraid that was a Tinker, but it was not. It was just a Painful Truce. So let's Temple of Malice, Mountain to the bottom, get in with Young Pyromancer, and pass the turn. Alright, let's Impulse in response, get a token. Ooh, alright, I guess we're taking True Name. If we resolve True Name, I'm going to feel pretty good about where we're at. I wasn't really a jerk. They made me make 3 more Deceiver Exarchs than I needed to. I'm such a bad person. We could have killed him with 20, but we made 23. Alright, let's keep attacking. Man, I would love to resolve this True Name. The thing is, our opponent should not have counters, because we have a ton of counters, and our first round opponent had a ton of counters. So there can't be many more counters left in this draft. Just period. So as long as we don't get reanimated or something, it feels like we're in pretty good shape. Thank you, Tom Casey. Oh no, we are going to get reanimated. Oh no! Scotland Yard, thank you for the follow. Come on, not Grizzlebrand. We can deal with non-Grizzlebrands. Also not Shallow Grave, like Emrakul Reanimator. What's up, Beers SC? Wrath does kill True Name Nemesis. Probably the scariest one here would be Toxic Deluge. Alright, opponent gets an Iona. I don't know if Iona beats us here. So again, Iona makes us so we can't cast spells that are blue, which means we can't repeal. So we get in with True Name Nemesis, put our opponent to 8, play the mountain, pass the turn. Thank you for the follow, Spherical Dan. This is going to be super close. Oh, Lord Almighty. Well, never mind. Our opponent had Iona Reanimation and Massacre Worm, so now we're just dead. Alright. Well, that was disappointing. Yeah, we got wrecked. We even hate drafted the Entomb. I might want Brain Mega in this matchup. Nothing else does anything. Yeah, we definitely got God in that one. I don't know if we want to be hemming. Our opponent would probably love for us to him. We just want to actually be able to interact. Why is it counting? Ashiok can be alright. We were actually pretty close in that game. Ultimate Price kills one of the fatties. Yeah, I mean, him could get the animate. The problem is we just can't him early enough with this mana base. We just don't have enough black sources. Iona doesn't stop Karn. Massacre Worm means a lot of our creatures are kind of questionable. Yeah, Ashiok is very good. We could play Entomb just in case they play Exhume. Then we could, like, get our Sphinx in the graveyard in response. Yeah, we're not going to play him. Him doesn't seem that exciting against Reanimator. Plus our mana can't cast it, even if it was exciting. We do have to cut a card, though. If we're going to bring in Brain Maggot. Maybe we just don't bring in Brain Maggot. Brain Maggot seems good, though. Maybe we get rid of Shadow Mage. Let's try it like that. Frost Titan, yeah, Frost Titan is pretty decent-ish. We're not cutting Dig. Alright, let's just run it like this. This is fine. We have counter spells to stop their unfairness. Third Gen, thank you for the follow. So we get to play first. This hand is super bad. Well, this hand is good if we don't get hit by Thoughtseize. We'll keep the island on top. So, Tar Pit, go. Oh, Lord. Moxjet. Island, go. Would love to get this Ashiok down before bad things happen. Careful study. There's the Iona. And passes. Well, Island and Ashiok. Start going after our opponent. Hit 3 cards, no creatures. We got the Thoughtseize, though, which is good. One less discard spell to worry about. Yeah, I think we want to get the Ashiok down before the true name. Ashiok is actually pretty good. We got the Force, so we might be able to exhume. Alright, I mean, we got to go for it. Alright, no counter backup. Keep taking up our Ashiok, hitting more nothings. Play the Hedron Archive. Pass the turn. We do have a Massacre Worm that we can put into play. Frantic Search for the draw and discard. Do they find another reanimation spell? Yeah, our opponent has all the Moxen. Yeah, they found... Okay, Painful Truce. That's not too bad. Duress to take our ultimate price. Setting up for next turn. Well... Tick up Ashiok. Hit... Oh, Duplicate is huge. Duplicate means we can beat an Iona. Even if they reanimate Iona, they got to be able to beat Ashiok, or we just win. Let's crack this Hedron Archive. 2 lands. Tick up the Ashiok. Play a Looter and a Mountain and pass the turn. Diabolic Edict. I want them to think we might have something in our hand. Well, Ultimate Ashiok should finish this game. Now we'll start attacking with our Creeping Tar Pit. So Ashiok proved to be just as good as we hoped. Play the Swamp, pass the turn. And we got there. Whew! Alright, this is going to be a close matchup. Oh, man. Well, we know we have a shot. MTG Goldfish sleeves are another one of the things that are on the to-do list. What's up, Cronebomb? They only have 1 reanimation spell. Johnny Disco, thank you for the follow. They only have 1 reanimation spell that targets both players, so I don't know if it's worth bringing in Exhume for that. Tokens is another thing on the list. There's a bunch of things on the Goldfish to-do list that are pretty sweet. Yes, for bluffing purposes. Thank you for hanging out, Johnny Disco. I'm happy to do it. You need the matching sleeves for the playmat? Yeah. I think I've said this before, but the main problem we had with sleeves is... The main problem with sleeves is you have to order a lot of them. So that's why it's taking longer. Thank you, D. Buckley. Gibbery, thank you for the follow. So you don't like the placement of my bluffs, Stu. They are not very convincing. Cronebomb24, thank you for the follow. How do I get a job with the site? We're not really actually hiring anyone at the moment. But I guess it would be contacting me or Richard in email. I've been playing MTGO for quite a while, and I started to get back in the paper. I got the Spirits Budget deck you posted on the site. Are there any references about the best way to build a collection for Standard if you aren't rich? I'm sure there are. I don't know off the top of my head where to point you, though. I will have to think about that. I think that guy is going to ram whatever spell he has into whatever, since he's just going to die to the Clock of Ashiok, pressure casting everything, can't afford to play around anything. That makes sense, Stu. Could you find a way to get the SDCC 2016 Planewalkers cheap that people need to know? So, they go on sale next Tuesday through the Hasbro website. So probably the best, cheapest way to get them is to be on the website, refresh frantically, to Aircries, thank you for the follow, to try to get them through the website. What is the contact email for you on the site? Contact at mtggoldfish.com and saffronolive at mtggoldfish.com. One will get you to Richard, and one will get you to me. Oh, Lord, there's the Moxjet. There's an island. There's the dress. Fabian Sue, thank you for the follow. No, I think that was good advice, dude. I was reading out loud for my own purposes because I think it is very true. I want to improve, and that's the type of advice that will help me improve as a player, so don't feel stupid about it. That's a Sundering Titan. What's up, Marty Punker? I think we just need to island here, because this might be Daze's time to shine. I don't know, Kyle Murphy, if you can order them from Canada. I assume that Hasbro ships worldwide, but I can't really say for sure. Oh, no! Oh. Oh, that's bad news. So they had double discard spells? Yeah. Well, let's pass an impulse. Odious Rex, thank you for the follow. Yeah, Duress and Thoughtseize is exactly what you want in a Reanimator deck. Mind Twist. Ho ho ho. Alright, well, we get to Impulse. We do not even hit a land. Oh! How do we get out of this? Alright, let's take Anticipate. I think they're like $115 or $120, and they go up for sale on the Hasbro website on Tuesday morning. I guess we just gotta hope our opponent keeps whiffing. I think they have their 4-mana reanimation spell, they just don't have the mana to cast it. So I'm afraid if they draw their 4th mana source, we're just going to get super wrecked. Oh, no. Or they just drew a reanimate. Well, we need to draw an untapped blue source. Okay. That's an untapped blue source. So we're kind of still sort of in this game in a really weird way. Can we race this thing? So Sundering Titan... We Anticipate. We just want to chain together spells. Let's take Creeping Tar Pit. Could be relevant in the race. Put the rest to the bottom. Alright, get in with Young Pyromancer. Down to 8. Play the Creeping Tar Pit. Pass the turn. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of trying to get Library online, but in this game is not lasting 6 turns. This game's lasting about 2 more turns. Maybe 3. Wasteland, pretty dead. We're dropping down to one-hit territory. We haven't drawn any spells. Our best draw would be Dig Through Time, most likely. Humble, thank you for the follow. Dig Through Time would be awesome. Frantic Surge for our opponent? Oh no. Do they have another reanimation? Misstep and Duplicant discarded. Untaps their lands, drops a land, Worn Power Stone. Oh, that's the game. Oh. That was a bad time to draw all lands. Library is awesome, but the game isn't going to last 5 turns. That's the issue. If the game was going to last, if this was a control match and we were going to play for a long time, then I would completely be on board with that plan. And that's the end of it. Oh, disappointing. I think our deck was really good, though. Our deck was pretty strong. Our opponent's deck was also very good, and we just kind of flooded out at a bad time. But I don't think our deck was bad. I think that deck is of a power level that it could win a queue. Yeah, let's do a game of Momir. Probably have time for a match or two of Momir. Yeah, it's a single elimination, so we are technically out of the cube draft. So if you want to challenge me to a game of Momir, I will accept the challenge. Oh, yeah, I need some better hypogeometric distribution in my deck building. Yeah, I mean, our opponent's deck was good too, though. Alright, Stu, send me a challenge, and I will... If you get on Moto and send me a challenge, I will play you. The old laptop's too far away problem, Marty? Oh. Maybe we'll play Jeskai Thing on Thursday. Because I think we'll do Constructed Thursday. Even though there won't be Eldritch Moon cards. And then on Friday at like 1 Eastern, I think I'm going to do a Sealed League for Eldritch Moons as a bonus stream. So make sure to keep an eye out for that on Thursday. Where is the Momir overlay? There we go. Momir's arrived. So Momir, the overlay will be popping up momentarily. Momentarily. It's this random MTGO format that's pretty sweet. You can, yes, if you want to get into Momir on Magic Online, the cheapest way, no worries, Stu, I'm waiting for you. The cheapest way to do it is just buy it from the store. You actually get the Momir avatar and all of the lands you need, a complete Momir deck for cheaper than you would buy it from a bot. So Momir is pretty fun. If you've never played it before, it's a really fun, good way to to get into Magic Online on the cheap. All right, I'm gonna play first, and I rearranged my lands. They're all pretty and matching now instead of the random jankiness as before. Sorry, Mutehorn. Stu beat you to it. If we do another one, I will move you to the top of the queue if you're still around. We might do 2 today. So... So has anyone played the Flottery version of Momir, where you have to go to 7 and only make 7 drops to try to get Phage? Oh, speaking of Phage, there's a chance that Phage might be making an appearance on this week's Against the Odds. Oh, I've never got a Blighted Agent before. Blighted Agent is is gonna win this game. We just gotta stall out for 10 turns. I've never won with Blighted Agent. I might have won with Skittles before in Poison. Oh, Stu's gonna need to hit like a Flame Tongue Kavu or something. Not the best 2-drop, but pretty good. Unblockable 2 damage a turn, essentially. Now we just gotta get a Skitherix at 5. Well, I like, in fact, when I'm beating Stu and Momir with it. What's up, Super Will? Pilgrim of Virtue, Pro Black, sack it, prevent the next time a Black Source would deal damage, prevent it. Alright, so 4-drop, what do we get for 4-drop? Infect creature. Blight Widow? I want Blight Widow. Vestige of Emrakul, not Infecty. The cards are random, so every turn, once a turn, you can pay X and discard a card, which is a land, because your deck is all lands, and you get a random card with the converted mana cost of X. So Stu pays 4, randomly gets a Crowan Phalanx. Not the worst. It was alright in Theros Limited. Not great. Alright, come on, Skitherix. And Croesus Attendant. That's actually pretty good. That gets us up to up to what? 7 next turn? No, 8 next turn. So we get an 8-drop, which is pretty good. I expect we'll start to see Eldritch Moon cards tomorrow, usually after Downside. Stu. Oh no! They really did hit a Flame Tongue Kavu. Oh, the Infect Dream is dead. Well, I think we're just going to sack this Croesus' Attendant and make it 8-drop. Seems like a decent plan. Jump the curve a bit. Oh, Tidespout's not great in this format. Probably no reason to attack. It is really fun, Johnny Disco, and it's really cheap, so if you're looking for a good starter format on Magic Online, it's a good way to get started. For 6, you may search your library for any number of spirit cards and put them in your graveyard. Yeah, Tidespout doesn't get to bounce anything. That would be so good in this format, but still a big flyer, which is reasonable. Alright, let's see if we can fade a Phage one time. Oh, game over, opponent. Sorry, Stu. Ew, we are getting the nuts. Angel of Serenity is so good. So, yeah, I think we're going to win now. So, get a Grizzlebrand at 8. Or an Avacyn. Just to complete the ultimate Momir curve. Alright, Minotaur Aggressor. Getting in there. 7 mana, 6 toughness. Doing its thing. Oh, thanks for the follow, someone whose name I missed. I should have played my lands differently. Now we gotta play it plains. Actually, I don't even think I'm gonna play anything here. 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I think we're better just skipping our 8-drop on the off chance that we hit something that's bad for us. Because Stu literally has to hit Hoverguard Sweepers. Or something, yeah, Hoverguard Sweepers or the Bounce Kraken. Yeah, I'm bluffing, Stu. So close! Got the Mass Bounce, but only hits his own creatures. Oh. Well, so far, so good. I didn't want to make a 0-drop because then we'd have to discard. And if you get really far ahead like that, it's often good to just make 9-drops because there's not really any risk of losing making 9-drops. When there is a risk of losing when you're making 8-drops. Yeah, that went pretty well. That is really one of my best Momir curves ever. Yeah, sideboarding is tricky in Momir. Mountain for our opponent. Alright, we get a mountain as well. Will Stu make the 2-drop? Passes over the 2-drop. Well, we're definitely making a 2-drop. Pitching one of these islands. Daring Sleuth. Alright, well, if we ever sacrifice a clue, that thing's going to be awesome. Ooh, Tireless Tracker would be so good. Tireless Tracker in Momir. That's my new goal, is to hit a Tireless Tracker. Slith Ascendant. Oh, that's actually a pretty good 2-drop, unless we hit a flyer. It gets bigger every turn. Well, thank you, Quantum. It's easy to sound that way, because I actually just really do love playing Magic, so I'm glad it comes across. Tireless Tracker. Alright, Catacomb Sifter's good. We can... I think we're going to offer up the trade. I'm guessing we likely won't make a clue token this game. Oh, you're right. It can't even transform. Good call. It's a token. I don't know why I punted on that. I knew that because I've seen werewolves before in Momir, and they're super annoying because they trigger every turn because you never cast a spell, but they can never transform. Ooh, Kytheon's Irregulars is not bad if Stu has white mana. Yeah, Prowess. I just wanted to be able to make clues with it. I guess it's actually horrible because it's not even going to be able to get in as a 2-3 very much. Alright, pitch an island. What do you think about an against odds kind of thing? Jeskai Burn in Standard. Use Harmless Offering to donate a Golden Light Castigator, which doubles your burn. Ooh, tap a creature. If it's a zombie, exile it. We'll have to keep that in mind. Let's just pass. Well, we will definitely be playing Harmless Offering. Donate is not in Modern. We will definitely be playing Harmless Offering. I think that Golden Light Castigator could be sweet. Obviously, the most obvious way to go about it is building a Demonic Pact deck. But the burn plan is pretty interesting as well. Kinship, another mechanic that isn't very relevant to Momir, since you got to reveal the top card of your library and hope that it shares a type. The draft, yeah, it's single elimination, so we won the first round, lost in round 2 to that Reanimator deck, and then we're out. We would have had to win that second round to make the finals. I wouldn't mind drawing a white source for this Holy Justice? Holy Justicar. Yeah, pitch the island. And Meiotic Slime. Well, that's actually kind of sweet. 4/4. When it dies, you get 2 2/2s. When they die, you get 2 1/1s. That gives us a lot of ground blocking. But we're still just kind of dying to that Slith Ascendant, the 2-drop. Yeah, we're going to use the Eldrazi token to make an 8-drop a turn early. Good evening, Eep. How's it going tonight? Yeah, we're going to save the Scion to make an 8-drop instead of a 7-drop. That's usually, if I get mana, 1-turn mana ramp like that, my goal is usually to make an 8-drop early. I think that's the best thing you can do with it. I still would like to draw planes. So we'll make a 6 here. Oh! Oh! Well, Frost Titan is solid. We do get the Scry. Stu gets a 7. Ooh, Stalking Vengeance. Alright. That's scary in the long run. If he can get a big enough board. Din something, thank you for the follow. I missed the rest of your name. Yes, good old Newscraft Mob would not be good. Apparently I'm good at opening those, though. If you saw the box opening. 3 in one box. That was pretty depressing. Alright, let's scry it up with the Scion. Not that that's really relevant. Yeah. Do we want a mountain? Sure. Alright, and then we will make an 8-drop. Hope that it's not Scornful Egotist. Oh, Breaker of Armies is probably a good game. 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Not quite good game. Alright, let's just pass. So we get to hit for like 16 next turn. Can Stu kill us this turn? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe? Is this other creature? Whenever another creature you control dies. Well, I guess we can block some. We can just chump creatures in a way where they don't die. Speaking of the box openings, what do you think about the mapping issues in Eldritch Moon boxes? I don't know how that happened. I don't know how in the world Wizards managed to mess that up in such a interesting way. I mean, it's bad. I wish it wouldn't be like that. Do I know what was with the editing errors in that video? That was actually intentional. I made it like that on purpose. But if it looked like editing errors, then it was apparently a poor choice. Oh, no. Mimic is decent. But it doesn't get to... Enters the battlefield as a copy of any creature except it gains at the beginning of your upkeep if this creature isn't a token. That's actually not as good in Momir as you'd think because it is a token. Oh, yeah. Stalking Vengeance and we're dead, aren't we? No, we can chump. Chump, chump, chump. Yeah, we can block all of the creatures without our creatures dying. Goes with the Frost Titan. Yeah, that's probably the right choice. And leaves up Kytheon to tap down something else. Probably the Breaker of Armies. Gets in with the flyer. We drop to 14. So in Eldritch Moon, there's an issue where within a box, all or almost all of the mythics were in the same pack art. So if you opened a box and were like, oh, I got a mythic in a Liliana pack, then odds are that the rest of the mythics in that box will be in the Liliana packs. But it varies from box to box. So the next box you open, it might not be Liliana packs, it could be Tameo packs. So if you, basically, a store could theoretically open their box, crack some packs until they find a mythic, and then just open all the packs of that same art, get all the mythics out of the box, and then sell the rest of the packs. Or a person could do that and buy a box, open the packs that have high odds of having mythics in them, and then try to sell the loose packs on eBay. So you think that there's not actually a problem, that it's just the fact that there's only 3 pack arts. Alright, that's a interesting argument. Can we do anything here? Mindless Mass isn't really what we wanted. There have been reports of that. This isn't like confirmed from Wizards, but there's been a lot of people that have had that happen in their boxes. I mean, don't buy loose packs is the moral of every story. Even without these issues, it's risky to buy loose packs outside of like trustworthy game stores and places like that. But I wouldn't buy loose packs from people on Craigslist or eBay or anything. There's a high... it's easy for something sketchy to be going on. Can I even attack here? Not. This is bad. We might just be dead. They get a free tap down. Stu gets a free tap with this Kythion's Irregulars. We take 4 down to 10. Also gets to tap something with the Frost Titan, and then could tap something else. 1, 2, taps 3 creatures. So we block 2. I don't think we're just dead. So taps down the Mind Leech Mass. Oddly, I was wondering if it was correct to tap the small creatures, because with Stalking Vengeance, we actually need to be able to chump. Because if we kill their creatures, it's the same as them dealing damage. So I wondered if it would be correct to, instead of tapping our biggest creatures, to try to tap our smallest creatures to force through Stalking Vengeance damage. Yeah, I'm not going to concede. I would only concede if we were literally dead on board, and I don't think we are. I think we're going to drop to like 3, most likely, depending on how Stu plays this out. Yes. The budget decks very, very extremely rarely do anything in the paper world, and in the couple of cases where that's happened, it's not... they're decks that aren't 100% me. Like, the Goblins deck, the 8 whack deck in Modern, that actually did some things in the paper world, but it's not like I was the only person making videos of that deck. There was... that was a real deck, and it's still like a real tier 3 deck, but people still play that deck, so it just became a real deck. That's the only time it really matters in paper. And even online, yeah, the prices increase, but most of the time they drop back down in a week or two. It's this this initial rush after the videos come out where a lot of people go to buy the cards, and then usually it goes back down to normal because people who have those random cards in their collection, because I drafted, why did I get 100 play points? Didn't we do an 8-4? A single? Oh, I guess you must. For some reason, I forgot that you get your money back for going for going 2-1 in a draft. So, or 1-1 in a draft. So that's not bad. Any predictions on what we'll see at the Pro Tour? I expect pros will try things like Emerge and Spirits. Yeah, I guess you go 1-1 and you get your money back in single elimination cube. For some reason, I was thinking of it as an 8-4, but it's not really an 8-4. It's just single elimination. So, because normally in 8-4s you got to make the finals. I'm just used to having to make the finals, but that's not that case in cubes. Oh, I only wish it worked that way. So Stu goes all out attacking. So I think we get to live. We just chump, chump, chump. Basically, we get to scry. Mountain, to the bottom this time. I think Eldritch Evolution will have a harder time in Standard than in Modern. Spell Queller seems very good against it in Standard. Come on, Avatar of Woe. Avatar of Woe is awesome, but it's not awesome right now. But I think there's also a chance that a lot of people are going to play Bat Company, unfortunately. I really think... I mean, you can't say this for sure yet, but I really think that Bat Company is just going to clearly be the best deck in Standard going forward until rotation. Not that it's like unbeatable or anything, but it's very good, and it's going to continue to be very good. Spell Queller makes that deck way more insane. We'll keep. Yeah, Platinum Angel is pretty awesome in this. Platinum Empyrean, also awesome in this. On the other hand, something like Abyssal Persecutor is pretty bad because it's hard to remove your own creatures. The good news is Kaladesh, amazingly enough, pre-release is less than 2 months away. Like 8 weeks from this past weekend is pre-release for Kaladesh. So even though this is probably going to be Bat Company land for a while, it's only for 2 months. This is like a really short period in the release calendar. So that's the only reason I'm not freaking out about it. We have a Pro Tour in 2 weekends, and then we have like a week or two after that Conspiracy, which is going to be sweet. And then it's going to be time for spoilers for Kaladesh, and we're going to have rotation. So Ryan Fuller, thank you for the follow. Yeah. I mean, it is kind of true. I want to write an article at some point. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I need to research it more to say for sure. But it feels like a lot of people say that Wizards prints, the spells are just worse now, and that may or may not be true. But I think the percentage of good spells that involve creatures has gone up a lot. Edrak, thank you for the follow. So that I would be interested to research, and I plan on researching at some point. Because a lot of the best spells, there's exceptions, Dig Through Time, Treasure Cruise, but a lot of the best, most powerful spells, in one way or another, are creature-focused. Didn't they say that there weren't going to be contraptions? Vashino Stalker might have one of the worst abilities, or Sand Swimmer might have one of the worst abilities in all of Momir. You can pay 1, you get 2 options, bounce it back to your hand, which means it's dead, or sacrifice it, which also means it's dead. So pretty much, pay, flip a coin, and no matter what happens, it dies. Non-creature spells, I mean. Yeah, I thought they said that they weren't going to have contraptions. Well, we get to start getting some spore counters on our pallid mycoderm. I mean, it's possible that we'd have them. I have no idea what they'd look like. Avogrado SG1, thank you for the follow. I thought like Marrow on his blog or something said that they weren't going to be there. Are there dwarfs on Kaladesh? So if you get Magic Online, you'll go to... Ooh, Savage Gorilla. Man, I used to love Apocalypse Limited. They need to do Apocalypse flashbacks. I hope next year they do Year of Legacy flashbacks. You go to the Store tab on Magic Online. Here, I'll show you real quick. So if you get on Magic Online, you got to click up on here on Store. And then if you go to... Is it Special Sets? Yeah, if you click on Special Sets, you just buy this for $10. The Momir Basic event deck. It gets you that avatar that you see us playing with. And it gets you the full deck, so you get the lands and everything. And then you are just good to go to the gameplay tab and you can start playing. Super cheap compared to almost everything on Moto. When a sliver deals combat damage to a player, its controller may put a 1/1 colorless sliver token. And they chose the premium deck sliver. I wonder if the set is also random, or if they know the sets ahead of time. Alright, we're going to kill this. Does this do something weird? Okay, we just get to kill the Ram Roller. What does the Deck Builder's Essentials give you? Not your money's back. It's, from what I remember, it's a lot of really low-end commons and uncommons. You might get a handful of bulk rares, but I don't think you get... I think you... If you're going to do that, I think you'd be better off just buying those cards individually from a bot, or maybe even getting them from like a free bot that just gives away those kind of cards. Let's pitch an island, make a 6, and get Champion of Stray Souls. Not super exciting. And I guess we can attack with our Savage Gorilla. Trades off with the Sliver. Yeah, I don't know about this at Marty Punker. Ooh, Composite Golem. Well, I guess that lets Stu make a... Ooh. Good thing that the new Emrakul is not released. Composite Golem's gotten way better, actually, I just realized. Composite Golem and 8... And being at 8 gets you an Emrakul. What are the 12 drops? I don't think there's, It That Betrays is one. Yeah, Composite Golem, well, because the new Emrakul is the only 13 drop. So if you get 13 mana, you know you're getting the Emrakul. which you don't get the control a turn and all that stuff, but it's still a fast clock. I guess we might as well attack with this Champion of Stray Souls. Yeah, I mean, that's just marketing words. I guess it doesn't it doesn't bother me. They can't really be like, hey, box of janky crap. I don't think anyone would buy that, so. Hopefully new players, I don't know. I've definitely bought some collections that you could tell was built almost exclusively off of those kind of products, and it kind of made me feel bad because the collections were not very good or valuable, but the collections were not very good or valuable, but you could tell the person spent, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of dollars on intro packs and deck builders, toolkits, and that kind of stuff. So it felt bad offering them the actual like market value for their collection, just because you knew they spent so much more. It probably would. The box of janky crap would would have my picture on it. You're very right. Maybe I'll pitch that to Richard as some new Goldfish merch. Instead of, or along with the playmats, oh no, Ulamog. Along with the playmats and the sleeves, we'll just sell boxes with like, I don't know, 500, 1,000, something like that. Like random hand-picked bulk cards that I picked. It'll have my picture on the box. The box of janky crap. I wonder if anyone would actually buy that. Oh, I might try it. Yeah, Stu just made an Eldrazi and probably beats us. Come on, Hoverguard Sweepers. One time. Or a Tunnel Worm. Is there any way in the world we beat this Ulamog? It's indestructible. Has Annihilator 1,000,000. Oh, into Hellkite. I think we gotta set creatures here. Because our only way to win is to hit a way to get rid of this Ulamog. So, token, this thing, this thing, this thing. We gotta leave our mana. Yeah, we could hit something in a lower rarity. The problem is there's so many 3-drops and there's much fewer 8-drops. So our odds are better here. Come on, Momir. Oh, no! Good old Cognivore. Alright, well now... Now I guess we're on the Fiend Hunter plan. Oh, actually we're dead because we're going to lose to this dragon anyway. We hit, we hit a Cognivore. Power and toughness equal to the number of instants in all graveyards. It is random team nut draw. So you pay a X amount of mana, and then you get a random creature of that converted mana cost. What 4-drop Wrath creature is there? We need literal Wrath of God on a creature. Stu makes a 0-drop Shield Sphere. Come on! creature that doesn't exist. Like War Oracle. Well, it has lifelink. Does that buy us another turn? No. Even with a lifelink, we die to the dragons. Does False Prophet trigger right away? I'm actually going to have to look this up. When it dies, exile all creatures. Oh, that would work, because I could sack it to Annihilate. You're right. War Oracle was our out. Mass Bounce with Exploit. Isn't that like the toughness or something? Like toughness less than the sacrifice creature's toughness or something? Can't sack your Momir avatar. We're down to making 0 drops. Oh, that's true. Stu would not have attacked. Wrath of God wouldn't have really saved us. We need something even better than Wrath of God on a 4-drop creature's body. Yeah, we're dead on board. Oh, good game, Stu. Good game. Got wrecked. Yeah, that's pretty close to a flawless victory. I guess technically my creatures were dead too, weren't they? Oh, I wouldn't have double blocked if I knew you were trying to get a flawless victory. What's he try? Well, I mean, technically it would have saved me for a second. Oh, thank you, Stu. That was fun. Good Momir match. Yeah, game 1 I got super lucky and then kind of got wrecked by Composite Golem. Vindicate17, thank you for the follow. So let's see. Don't forget replay stream on MTG Goldfish Replay. And if you want to support the stream, we got playmats and you can sign up for premium on MTG Goldfish. There's a link down below. Basically the same cost as subbing on Twitch, so it's a good way to support the channel and the site, and you get tons of other stuff too, collection management stuff. So let's see what's coming up on Goldfish. So tomorrow we got Super Sweet Against the Odds, which might be featuring, well, the winning card was Endless Whispers, and might have some phage action thrown into it. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I think it's pretty sweet. And then we got a stream on Thursday, and then bonus stream action on Friday for the release of Eldritch Moon. Gonna play a sealed league, pre-release league. Why is Jake no longer doing Commander Clash? Well, he talks about it in this next Commander Clash video, which is going to be coming out on Friday/Saturday, whatever, however you count it in your time zone. But basically, he just decided that he needed to take a break from it. He might come back and do some episodes or return permanently in the future, potentially. But he was just, more or less, from what he told me, just not feeling inspired to build Commander decks and wanted to take a break from playing Commander. So we're gonna continue on without Jake. It's sad to see him go because Jake is involved in some of my favorite moments in Commander Clash. Wonder Roy, thank you for the follow. The silent Jake was one of that's just my favorite parts of Commander Clash, when he gets so mad. He gets in some ridiculous battle with Tomer Jake and gets so mad that he just like mutes himself. Those are the best times, and I'm just laughing at him. His health is fine. This doesn't have anything to do with his health. It's just purely a magic thing. Just not feeling inspired to build Commander decks at the moment. So he's still going to be doing Pauper. And we are looking for a replacement. Not 100% sure who it's going to be yet. We might miss an episode of Commander Clash. So there is one going up this weekend. Then we possibly might miss the next week, depending on how quickly we can get things set up. But we are going to find someone else to take that place, and hopefully it'll be awesome. I mean, no one's going to replace Silent Jake, but I think we can continue on, and hopefully it'll be very good. No, yeah, it's nothing to do with his health. It's purely magic stuff. So that's the good news. Is his health is fine, and he's still recovering and doing well. So that's good. Anyway, so refresher, against odds tomorrow, it is going to be super sweet. Stream on Thursday, stream on Friday afternoon, and then we're going to have Eldritch Moon content for a while after that, for the next 2 or 3 weeks, with against odds and budget magic and all that stuff, since we finally get to brew with the new cards. So if I consider asking Wedge, the thing with like Wedge and the Professor and those guys is they're super busy. So that's been my catch in asking them, is I just know that they're so busy with their stuff. And with Commander Clash, hopefully a lot of it is the chemistry and everyone being together week after week. I think that's where a lot of the fun and the banter comes from. Because one of the things we thought of is, like we could just have guests come in every week and get different people, and then that would be pretty easy to have Wedge and the Professor and people like that. But we really wanted another like permanent or semi-permanent member, just because the chemistry and the banter is so much of what that series is about, which is like being friends and hanging out and playing Magic. When do Eldritch Moon cards hit Moto? They hit Moto Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, which is, coincidentally, when we're going to be doing a pre-release league for Eldritch Moon, a sealed league, building a sealed deck just like the paper pre-release and running it through some matches. Am I making a meld pauper deck with Chittering Hose? That might be more against the odds-ish, but it seems super fun. I don't build many pauper decks, but I can ask Jake about it. Maybe he will, or maybe I'll play pauper, but yeah, and we want to keep that, Arch, because I think that's part of it, is that chemistry and the camaraderie that comes along with it. And I was afraid that would get lost if we just had a endless string of, a different guest this week, a different guest the next week. So hopefully the plan is to find someone that will commit to doing like 8 to 12 episodes, somewhere in there. So you're going to have the same person for like 2 or 3 months, and then after that it might change up the lineup again, but so people are together for an extended period to keep that feeling. Did I look at the mono blue emerge deck? I've seen some emerge decks, but not specifically mono blue. Against odds pauper could be cool. I think that Eldritch Moon is going to take over against the odds for the next at least couple weeks, but maybe after that it would be something we'd stick on the poll. Anyway, everyone, I think that's going to be all for tonight. Thanks for hanging out. It was a blast. So, against the odds tomorrow, streams Thursday evening, Friday during the day, 1 Eastern, for the Sealed League for Eldritch Moon. Sorry about the internet going out earlier and the power. Can't really control that, but anyway. Oh yeah, Zubiro Rally would be sweet. I think we're actually going off for tonight, Crossstorm. Anyway, thanks everyone. Have a great night. Well, we'll be back Thursday, Crossstorm, so check it out then. Have a great night. Check out all the stuff on the site in the meantime. I'll see you Thursday, and